So I'm here with Boxing Bros UK, and I just want to give a massive shout out to them. If you haven't already, like, comment and subscribe.
Post-fight review for Teofimo Lopez versus Romero. I'd like to say that my prediction on this fight was absolutely spot on again. It played out exactly how I said it was, that Teofimo Lopez was going to remind everyone how good he is, use this to work on things that he's been working on in the gym, keeping the right. And everyone says he keeps his left hand too low, but his style, Philly shell, that's just how it is. So he relies on his reflexes. But what he wasn't doing is keeping this glued to here. He got caught a few times by Rolly, but most times he kept his right hand ear glued, and he didn't get caught as often, and he could snap a fight in and out. It was a very, very, very good performance from him. Showed us how good he is, what kind of fighter he is. Freeweight world champion. You've got to give him his respect, to be honest. What did you make of the fight?
Yeah, much like you, mate, I thought Teofimo would win. I think he's reminded people what a good boxer he is, because he obviously lost to Cambosis a couple of years ago, didn't he? And then people wrote him off when that happened. But yeah, I think Rolly Romero, I think he obviously buzzed him at one point earlier in the fight.
Round five, it was round five, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Then he come back and sort of done what Teofimo done, sort of kept him at range at times and boxed beautifully. I did find the Rolly corner work a bit confusing though at times. I mean, when he was sort of saying to him, "You're never going to be a Hall of Fame fighter," I don't think that's really the sort of war speech that he needed at the time. He needed like a rocket let up his arse and sort of him being told he's losing the fight. And I think that plays into the end when we saw the post-fight interviews as well, where he was just sort of oblivious that he lost the fight almost.
Yeah, I think the problem with Rolly Romero is like he's okay, but he's not a great fighter. Like his last world title, we all know the story there. Shit decision. That, like, we talk about robberies, that definitely was. And he don't make the adjustments. Against Ryan Garcia, he was controlling the fight, winning with his jab and closing the distance, negating what Garcia was doing. But he can't. It's like he can't make the adjustment to step it up, double the jab, triple the jab, different angles, body head. Like he just does the same thing over and over. And after a while, like any good boxer with a boxing IQ can figure that out, time you, know what you're going to, and if you don't change it up, they don't have to change because they know what you're going to do, and the rounds just slip away. And it worked against Garcia because Garcia didn't make the adjustments and change up. Just he went into sparring mode and just let it play out on that terrible night of boxing in Madison Square Garden. And Teofimo Lopez, when he did make some adjustments or got caught, he made the adjustments. He made sure he remembered keep that hand close, like go in. I don't know how they call it. Like wait, because he's a sniper fighter. Go in. If you land, let your hands go. If you don't, take a step back, reset, go again. And that's what Teo was doing. And Rolly just did nothing to change it. And I just don't think he's got the skill to do that. And like you say, the corner work. There's no point saying, just simple. Double jab, triple jab. Just give him simple instructions. If he's a fighter that needs his coach, don't make it complicated. Don't say, give him something simple to do. Don't just throw a one jab. Just double it up, triple it up. Different speeds, different like hardness, like 50%, 50%. Then trick them and throw a full force down the neck jab. Like, all the tricks that boxings can do. But as a coach, you just give it him in little bits, right? Triple the jab. And if you catch him, right hand or uppercut because he's black, whatever the trap is. But they didn't do that. They just kept saying, come on, let your hands go. You're not going to be a Hall of Famer. Like, fighters need a coach. They don't need a cheerleader. They need someone who's going to give proper instructions, unless they're a maverick, like someone like a Fury, a Mayweather, Usyk. They don't need a coach because their IQ is off the chain, that they know what they're doing. They need a cheerleader sometimes. They don't need instructions because they know what to do because they're that good. you know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you think it was also a case of boxing's got weights for a reason, where Teofimo's been at the higher weights, and obviously Rowley has as well, but he's coming up from a few weights below originally. So do you think it's a case as well where he doesn't carry up his power, as we've seen him have some tremendous knockouts over the years? So do you think with Rowley he's best going back to 135, going back to lightweight if he can and dominate there?
No, I don't like to, because obviously I'm not a fighter and all that, but I don't think it makes a difference whether it's at 140, at 147. You know what you get with Rowley, and he's not, because he did still have power. We caught him like later on in the fight with a nice sweet right hand down the pipe, hurt him in round
Yeah,
five. He's got his power, but that's all he's got. He hasn't got the skills to make adjustments, and because it's all right being powerful, but can you land a shot? So, and I just think he's just not very good. He's just not up there as like he's a guy like Frank Bruno, like he'll win a world title, first defense, it's gone. And that's all he's ever going to be able to do. I can't see him being like a good world champion, keeping the belt, defending it many times. He just isn't good enough. I just don't think it makes a difference what weight he's at. And he's an inactive fighter. He fights once a year for the past 3 years. He's only fought once.
yeah,
So it's just like when it's like that, like Tio's been fighting twice a year, which is good in today's standards. I think twice a year this year, once last year, twice the year before. Like he tries to fight more, he's more active, and I just think, yeah, Rowley, no matter what he does, he's just not very good. And he's it doesn't matter 140, 135, 147. He's not doing nothing
yeah.
unless he gets a good decision like he did, or the fighter he's fighting who's good is having an off day like Garcia was. And and that's it really.
Yeah, and as far as Teofimo, obviously he rightly got the decision. It was a superb performance, as we've said. Looks like he's going to potentially fight Jack Catterall next. What do you think of that fight?
So great fight. Jack Catterall's the regular WBA champion because Rowley got elevated to WBA super champion. So that Catterall got elevated to regular. And then, yeah, but sometimes the regular champ for years and he doesn't force his mandatory, he just keeps that. But so I don't know how it flipping works with that WBA regular and super. But I think if he wants to force it, Jack Catterall can. And I think that will be an excellent fight. And I can see upset Jack Catterall winning.
Really? Yeah, I mean they're begging for a fight, aren't they, Jack Catterall? If you follow Sam Jones on social media, you can see the back and forth they've had with Devin Haney and his dad. So I actually think the Teofimo fight makes most sense to him. Probably not the most money, but I think in terms of putting him there in the future, it certainly will, especially as you say, if he was to beat him.
Yeah, I think as well. Like if Catterall fights the style that we all hate, boring. Yeah, but not so boring. Like we don't want to see another fight that he gave with Harlem Eubank, but like just lets his hands go a bit more. I really think that he can he can win the fight because Tio against boxers, we've seen against Sandor Martin, we've seen against Cambosis Jr. Some people who try and box, he doesn't like, and he wins, but he always performs not so great. And I just think Catterall is an excellent boxer. We forget that it's boring, we don't like it, but it's good at what he does, negating everything that the other opponent does, landing his shots accurate. Like he's a he's underrated. He's very underrated, and I just think
Yeah, that's yeah, to a degree. That's why I don't want to see the Catterall and Devin Haney fight because they're both much of the same, aren't they? I mean that would be an awful fight for us fans.
yeah, that will be a terrible fight. Terrible. So he's got that fight. What about the winner of Ryan Garcia versus Conor Ben? How do you see
Yeah,
what do you think about him fighting the winner of that?
Yeah, I think that's obviously where the money is. I think particularly if Ryan Garcia was to win, given they're both American. But I think I'm right in saying, hasn't Conor Ben come out and said it's his last fight at 147, regardless if he wins or loses? So
Yeah,
I don't think he plans on hanging around, unfortunately.
yeah, because even I think he'll. I think that tells me that he's struggling at this weight, and it's not looking good. And he's already got his excuse for when he loses. Oh well, I'm a 154 fighter now. When he should have just gone there in the first place. But money talks, bullshit walks.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think he would have beat Garcia if it was at 154. To be honest, I think Conor Ben's got certain limitations, and I think it'll be found out against any of these guys we're speaking about. To be honest, Teo, Haney, or Garcia, I think they're all favourite to beat him.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure. So that yeah, I think that's basically it. Who else is at welterweight that he can fight next? Tio. It's either Garcia, Conor Ben winner. Jack Catterall is his Mando as a regular champ. What about is it Powerol? Is it Australian kid?
Yeah, Liam Pare.
Yes.
Yeah,
That that's another one that could be happening stateside. I mean not stateside
yeah.
in
Or I
Australia,
think
sorry.
he's
Australia.
yeah. I think he's signed to fight Paddy Donovan next, isn't he? I think.
Oh really?
Yeah. So that's another sort of in-house matchroom fight. So that's an easy one for them to have. Be it because it was Crocker that he beat, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
And Paddy Donovan fought twice, obviously. So yeah, I don't know how he's got so many title shots. But yeah, I think that's in like November in Australia. They're earmarking that one for.
Go on, Sean.
No, no, I was going to say, if you're looking at it from a British perspective, yes, he's 154 and probably targeting boots, but there's also Josh Kelly who you could put in the mix as well.
I would love to see that fight. That would be great if Conor Ben and Josh Kelly had a fight. The needle will be great. Yeah, that would be a great fight, man. At welterweight. So yeah, Teofimo Lopez, great win for him. Put everyone back on notice that he's still good. Who do you want to see him next? What did you make of the fight? Leave your comments in the comment section, please.
Telling you to check out Boxing Bros UK.